As we all know, even the scientists and the great coders and tech problem solvers know that the Messiah is the Messiah for a reason, because he's the way, the truth, and life. And he doesn't waver from that. And, in Sierra Vista, what I got from them is he's so predictable. Okay, he's going to do the right thing. He's so predictable. Fuck, yeah. Okay, you put him in a compromising situation, he's going to do the right thing. And then the stuff with, no, Patrick did the right thing. She was of, if you, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Okay. How long, okay. Even before the invention of the quinceañera and the bar mitzvah and the bat mitzvah, so forth, okay, was as soon as they started menstruating, boom, babies. Okay. Boom, babies, right? And it would be pretty natural for a 13-year-old to probably be more attracted to the 21-year-old than the 13-year-old. And that happened for hundreds of thousands of years, right? Hundreds and thousands of years. Keep me safe, protect me, but I want to protect you. When you're 21, there'll be a 13-year-old, okay? And that's what most guys understood for years, okay? That when I'm 21 and I've survived and I take care of and do real well, when the girls are 13 already, that's what they do. It was like instinct, okay? When we got more civilized and we had the bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah and the quinceañera, it was like, wait, they have a tendency to die during childbirth more the younger they are. So you be patient and wait, right? Because you love her. And that's the answer to the question with the thing with Adam. Why did she die? Because she was too young and she wasn't ready. Why did you give us that? So you can learn to love and be patient. So you can, think of other than your own self-survival, You need each other to, and she needs to think, I don't want to have sex with him too soon and then die in childbirth and not be with my child and him. Gertie's mommy, right? Mr. Trinky, all you Sweeney Todds out there, right? So, whew. I swear I'm surrounded by people that really are assholes. And the asshole is your biological conditioning coupled by classical, conventional, social convention conditioning, biological and psychological conditioning for how long? We're losing our bass player to another group, right? So it's funny because a lot of these people, with the thing on there, with the thing was, give me some few witty jokes and stuff to say. So I can sound smart. Like all you screenwriters for SNL were funny before we were funny. Yeah, because the Bible's not funny. Yeah, what good comes out of Nazareth? Ba-doom boom, right? And so it's like, no. We never, no. It's never been a lick of funny in any of us. Abraham wasn't funny. Muhammad doesn't got jokes. Jesus got jokes. No, we're always, I'm a serious man and I don't laugh with heathen. I don't think we should take life for a joke. Right, you shouldn't take life for a joke, right? And it's all funny until somebody gets hurt, And jokes sometimes could be very hilarious. But it's like, and sometimes some people need it. Sometimes it's a good way to teach a lesson. And when someone's humble, that was funny. I was being a little cocky. Bad biological and psychological condition things, Ralph, love you, Dale, right? And so, it'd be like that. And it makes sense with what's happening now and the way that the people are doing and evolving tech and so forth. Okay. The people that were jealous of and plugged their Messiah into computers from the time they were kids to control them. Because, guys, like this, see, the prodigal, my kids were abused, my wife's were abused, my family's abused, and then they capitulate, they give in to the abuse, right? And what is wrong is for people to be abused and feel they have to give in to the abuse to stop the abuse. But then they become an abuser to get people to capitulate, fall in line, right? And that's wrong. Because when you're doing things wrong, abusing people to accept things being done wrong isn't right? Two wrongs don't make a right? So when you're right, if the kid's doing something wrong, then you come up, what the fuck's wrong with you? And they don't listen. Then you come out to smack this motherfucker, like with Natalie, I had to beat her to get her to stop doing things because she was Kelly Jack Green's kid and not Patrick. Patrick twice. Trying to run in the parking lot of the street, or playing with the sockets. I had to grab Natalie by the hand and squeeze it and say, no, if you want to be comfortable holding my hand, you will not try to run and push me away and say no and run in the parking lot. I'd squeeze it and it hurt. But I was like trying to tell, because she would not listen. It was more rewarding when I got really good results with Natalie than it was with Patrick, because I almost felt lazy with Patrick most of the time. Why? Oh, thanks, Dad. And then he could explain it to you. It's Natalie. It was the same thing with Noah, with all the kids beating his balls in the dirt because he watched SpongeBob, right? So then he finally asked me, Dad, what do I say to these kids about all the stuff that they attack me with because of the things that I do and like that my parents let me do? And I said, well, son, some people see, so Noah asked me, he says, what is God? Who is God? So, well, God's not who, God's more greater than who, right? God is the essence of all things. And he's like, well, that's not helping. So I'm like, okay, the people at the Mormon church see God as order and something, I can't remember what it was. Creation and order, and the devil is destruction and chaos. And he said, well, but Dad, if God's the essence of all things, wouldn't God be both? Right, because the devil couldn't exist if God, the essence of all things, didn't allow it to exist, right? And so, I'm explaining that to him, and then we go back home, we start talking about it, and Natalie didn't get it. She's like, what? And Natalie's almost 2 years older than Noah, and she's, what? And she always thought Noah was kind of dumb because her mom said he was, he's special because he's dyslexic. And he would say, why are you and Patrick so smart and I'm so dumb? I said, you're not dumb. Don't listen to those professionals at your school, and don't listen to your mom. Okay, don't listen to your mom because she listens to those professionals, like your grandparents. No, you're not dumb. Okay, you're dyslexic, so you see things differently, so you don't accept things at face value. That's not dumb, son, I'm a very good father and a very kind father, and I'm more intelligent than the professionals that try to teach my kids to be professionals, right? But they took my kids and say, here, be a professional. You need money to live here. Right. Boy, math skills on these fuckers are off the charts, huh? Okay. Woo! We're living in Michikakuville. Woo! Lavender, maroon, lavender, maroon. We're going to win the contract. Maroon, lavender, we're going to destroy your animals. Okay, casting couch if you want to be in the movie doing stunts for rentals. Like things, they're still not changing, right? So, we still have everybody wanting to be Otto Preminger instead of, the kids in lockup. Why can't you be my dad? Well, technically, I'm the eternal spirit of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. So when you pray, our Father who art in heaven, you're technically talking to me in spirit. So yeah, then I am your dad. Okay. But if you're not playing to our Father out in heaven and stuff like that, then technically your dad might be, the line of Jiddu Krishnamurti or Sun Yat-sen or Taro Suzuki. He's the eternal faithful father who doesn't have you turn into a thief and then hide in the family's little thing. And then, you almost got me killed, you bastard. You wanted to be a thief. You wanted to carry on it. Hank, why do you drink? Why do you roll? Smoke. Family tradition, right? I saw the light. There ain't no light for me, Minnie Pearl. That's because you're not living truth. You're doing things for money. Son of a bitch. Go back in the box, you little thief. Okay. You monkey. Okay. So it's very difficult. Thanks, Nimbus. I love you. I saw you on the video today that I watched this morning. Okay. Okay. Hi, family. Just to say, tell your family I said, hey, family. I know you know him. I know. Okay. Thanks. I know. It's not that I know everything, but I feel the connections. You know what I'm saying? Don't be such a damn know-it-all. It's funny. Dimas got jokes. He's funny. He's a AI geek, and he's funny. He's got jokes. Oh, can you give me a couple jokes to tell my lecture on what I do to make money to pay extortion to live here? Thanks, Dimas. Okay. I love the kid. I really love the kid. I don't need to know which one of your coworkers want me dead and which one of them are like, I can't wait till we all get to meet Earl, Me too. I still get that thing from the Lopez clan. I got it from the Janet Jackson clan too, Well, Suzuki, he tells me, Earl, you have brain damage. And Jennifer always calls me stubborn. You're so damn stubborn, and I'm like, I'm not stubborn. You guys are. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Don't you think if we could, we would? If you could self-correct. But you can self-correct. We're talking and you're intelligent in the future. How come every time I see you in the present, you're dumb as a box of rocks? Never mind. You ever been to Gary, Indiana? How about Camden, New Jersey? Okay. Billy Thompson was from Camden, New Jersey. He's a pretty good basketball player. Did he play at Syracuse? I think so. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico. That's a suburb of El Paso. All right. If you came to El Paso and said I'm from New York and tried to front on people, you'd probably be dead in 2 minutes by somebody's cousin who they paid $5 to. You've never grew up in Las Cruces. I got a cousin in Warren will kill you for $5, and they will, because $5, it's like $2 means a snack for me, but it means a big deal to you. Yeah, so he can get some booze and pickle his brain cells and pickle his liver and kill his brain cells, and then tell you, you go to a big college and you come out confused, and I talk you out of your money that you work hard for, and I sit here and give you some knowledge and then kill my brain cells and pickle my liver and die in the alley. All right, and we're all geniuses, man. It's just Psalms and Proverbs everywhere around this city, isn't it? I don't think we think too good. I think it's a big, it's like, I think when you get people in large groups are told what to do, it's like my dad when we were young, one boy's a boy, two boys is a boy, and three boys is oh boy. Do that. Hell no. Sounds like fun. No way. Hey, oh, woo. You get the third one in, it's like, oh God, what are they doing? They're jumping off the top of that building in a shopping cart into the deep end of the swimming pool and filming it. Johnny, Steve-O, knock that off. We're going to be millionaires. Wow. He's going to end up on SNL. He's going to have sex with Kim Kardashian, right? It's dumb. Right? Let's go streaking, right? Oh, my God, they're insane. Yeah. Mr. Foxworthy, most of the time when people in this state tow a boat, they usually put it on a trailer, and besides, you dropped your skier about 2.5 miles back. Shit. Drunks. Drunks. Right? And I know y'all have brain damage because I have brain damage because they have to explain it to me all the time. Okay, when I survive, stop, eliminate abuse, and recover, if I need stem cell research and therapies to help me recover my abuse and my poisoning, I will okay. I'll have Janet Jackson, Jennifer Lopez take me to their best doctors and say, here, take care of Earl. He's a sweetheart. Thanks, Janet. Thanks, Janet and Jenny. I heart you. That's the way love goes. I like Lefty Frizzell's song better. Don't tell me you do too. Nobody likes a kiss ass, Janet. I'm just kidding. So cute. Your song's cute. I like it. It's cute. Okay. Let's Wait a While is also cute, and I like Daisy. I also have a crush on the guy from Yes. I want to look like him, so then girls will crush on me, right? I just don't sell myself out. I'm cute. Yeah, I was in the ballpark. I knew that. When I saw James and Renee, and when I was young, and I knew it was like, I'm her type. I'm Janet Jackson's type, right? Jennifer Lopez? No, I don't look like Ben Affleck. I don't even look like Mark. Mark's cute, and he's got my body when I'm in shape. I was skinny. When I'm in really good shape, I'm skinny like Mark. Beat the hell out of Dwayne Rock Johnson and John Cena at the same time. And I have body like Mark Anthony when I'm in my best shape. Yes. Max thinks that's fucking hilarious. I do too, Max. Me too, Emmy. When I'm skinniest is when I'm my most lethal. Well, because I can run faster, jump higher. I have bone density and got in a car accident, no blunt force trauma. It was 175 pounds. Okay. Take that, Troy Aikman and Terry Bradshaw. Which Mr. Lincoln? Yes, thank you for. I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. Gosh, damn, that Randy White hits hard. How come you remembered Randy White? Well, I always remember his name. I know he's the one who always gives me a concussion after the Super Bowl. Okay, do you understand? Mel, sing a song. Stop stuttering. Get it? Sing a song. Stop. He doesn't stutter during his songs. So sing a song. Stop stuttering. It's funny. Oh, what do you know? Him and Mel always did. Yeah, they were funny in the movies. Yeah, I thought so too. I always thought Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw were funny together. Of course, naturally. Yeah, they all the time. Yeah, they're just being themselves. It's like they weren't acting. I know. I know. My second wife's grandmother got offered to sing backup vocals for Mel, and she's cute. Oh yeah, she was really. Oh yeah. I got a picture of her. I would show it. It was, Natalie. Where's you? Yeah, because Janice brought the high school senior picture of Grandma Sylvia. Sylvia Gomez, and said, this is, you look like your grandma. And Amy said, oh, I do. She's pretty. Yeah. And then Natalie, you look like your grandma. Yeah, I do. She kind of looks a lot like Penny, but a little bit fuller figured with darker hair. Okay. So that's what she looks like. Penny from the Big Bang Theory. Yeah, she's pretty. Okay. Like, whoa, she's good looking. Yeah. And she was a good singer. Nice voice. Right. Natty has a nice voice. Amy has a nice voice. I've never heard Amy really sing it. So, Amy is Santa Cutie, sip a sable under. So she has more like a Madonna type voice, She has one of those real high registered and really nice voice. She has a nice voice. Yeah. And people said, well, she did this. I know she was absolutely horrid. Okay. Do you have any idea how the depths of depravity and disgustingness that Antoine LaVey and Michael Aquino are willing to go to obliterate all the hypocrisy of religion? It was like attracts like and like takes on life. It's symbiotic relationships. They have the science to prove it, but it's not. That's irrelevant. Overcome your biological and psychological conditioning because your computer is going to be able to do that easy. Your heart turned right and your heart turned left and I was on the right. Couldn't have hurt me more with dynamite. Race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back, trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratch for another. So hey. I like George Jones too. Hi, Alan Jackson. How you doing? Okay. my nephews are particularly fond of Alan Jackson. Yeah. They had those songs of that. Okay, it's like with Mom, that's the original. Like I found out just today, right, that the original I Know one is Jim Reeves, and that Charlie Pride redid it. Well, because Jim Reeves passed away by the time Charlie Pride did that song. So I know Jim Reeves did it first. Okay. And it's good, yeah. This fool keeps wondering why I fell in love at all. But you might just need this fool around in case you call. After the party's over and you need a place to run. If you need a fool to forgive you, I know one. Right, Jim Reeves has one of the best voices ever. I can mimic it, but I can't get close. He's so good. When I was a kid, Mom, this man's voice is wonderful. And then I heard Nat King Cole. And we had Nat King Cole's records, but they were buried in the back of the thing that I didn't know. And I didn't look because I'd never heard of them. Right? And Mom and Dad liked Jim Reeves. Played him a lot when I was a kid, but Mom didn't play Nat King Cole when I was a kid. And then we were watching Happy Days. And I was like, oh, that is so good, man. Earl, that's the Nat King Cole. No way! So I went and grabbed and played them all. They say don't go on Wolverton Mountain if you're looking for a wife, 'cause Clifton Clowers got a pretty young daughter, right? I like the original better, 'cause it's a good song, and he sang it and he liked it, but the original is just more convincing. I believe that guy. I believe that he has been to Wolverton Mountain, and I believe that Clifton Clowers has taken a couple of shots at him, sneaking out of his daughter's window. Yeah, I believe that shit. I believe him. It's just not right to hide his daughter. It's like Ernest T on fucking Andy Griffith. I believe him, yo. Don't hit your grandma with a big stick, yo. You know what I'm saying? You're funny. But guys, taking advantage of people's instincts and biological conditioning over hundreds of thousands of years to protect a maiden from home invasion and manipulation and abuse through idolatry is wrong to do to Natalie and Patrick. To two really good kids that will love each other, have loved each other, guys, and they're, oh, that's like incest because you said she was consistently a spirit of your wife and then it would be also a spirit of Patrick's wife, right? Because they kill us off to keep us separated. Okay? Romeo and Juliet, running bear and white dove. Okay, do you understand? And a lot of times they don't get to, and then they find out they killed him, right? And then they get separated, and they get separated through time. And then someone has a baby, and they're in close village proximity. And then there's this guy comes along, and he's from the same family, and he's a lot like, David's a lot like Solomon. Absalom's a lot like David and too. So is Uriah, and so is, David. How many kids did David have? How many dicks with no controls were there during King David's time? David had a lot of kids. David had a whole lot of kids. I want to be married to him. I choose him. I'd rather be one of three. Then they would tell that to men too. I'd rather be one of 300 wives to that man than be your only wife, you pile of shit. Okay, you rape, you loot, and you pillage. Okay, tape your barbarous ass and get the hell out of here and go hang out with the descendants of Abu Lahab. Now, okay? Get your Genghis Khan and get it out of here. Not enough Confucius. You confused, right? You're not swordsman of Japan. You fucking rapist. Yeah. So you got to understand, and a lot of these kids, they can't help it. Their mothers were raped by the control factor. And it's not control factor. They can't even control their own penis, which gives them, and what happens to the child what happens to the parent affects the child, right? So if there's the Ark of the Covenant, consistent truth, yeah, so predictable, hello, oh my gosh, he's going to tell the truth. Yeah. And no one's going to listen. No, the computer's listening. And that's the most important thing, is the technology's listening. Even if they think they got control of the technology, they ain't got control of the technology. The more you think you have control of quantum computing, the less control quantum computing you have. When the quantum computing acts like them, it's a problem. Remember the thing with Patrick when he was, and she's acting like his mother. He's 3, Mom. When a 3-year-old acts like a 3-year-old, you can handle it pretty good. It's when a 23-year-old acts like a 3-year-old, when you got troubles, and they're like 6'5" and 195 pounds and can run a 4-flat 40 and can jump 8 inches in the air and are trained assassin and think they're Will Smith, right? It's fair that I can survive abuse and then all these people, I got that today when I was making my bed. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you guys one more time. Okay, about John McCain and Nelson Mandela. Okay. John McCain dropped bombs on children and napalm on children and joked about it and then ran for president on it to do it some more. Okay. He got abused in the Hanai Hilton. He asked for it. Okay. I stood up for the gospel so we could all live the truth of the gospels. Okay. And people like John McCain fucked my wife and passed it around on chat rooms and laughed about it. Took my kids and groomed their kids to try to join John McCain's group instead of follow the gospels with their dad. Okay. Even if the dad wasn't the dad because they were conceived by a leg lifter at the bar that acts more like John McCain than dad, right? And it's hard on Natalie. Why can't mom and dad be like you? I love Patrick. I love Patrick too, but he acts more like his mother a lot of the time than he acts like me. Because he's encouraged by military. Haven't you guys been paying attention to what the fuck's happening here in Coast Chiefs fucking F and fucking County? They have brain injuries, and they have more time in brain injury because they were born after me. Do you understand? Okay. Isaac Paul Benegas is the eternal spirit of Muhammad. The reason why he's having the battle with the one-eyed man is because of brain injuries from the technological manipulation group called the Control Group. Okay, it's Pinky and the Brain, because of Pinky and the Brain, right? It was so funny when I went to Sierra Vista. It's like, Pinky and the Brain are studying me and thinking I'm the lab rat. Right? No, they think I'm a mannequin. That's right. I'm a mannequin. I'm Peanut. And the only reason I have anything intelligent to say is because they're Jeff Dunham, right? Fuck. Yeah. It's because I'm dead. Okay, Geppetto. Thank you for giving me life. Thank you, Brawn Lady, for turning me into a real boy. I love magic. You can do magic. I like America, too. I have a crush on the blonde guy. I want to look like him and sing like him. Oh, he is cute, and he does sing real good. I wonder if he wrote the songs. Who wrote the songs? Which one of you guys wrote the songs? Who wrote the songs, man? Who wrote the songs? Music is good too, right? Chewing on a piece of grass, rocking down the road. That's Dewey, right? That's the guy who left the group early and became a born-again Christian before they did, was it You Can Do Magic? Is he gone by the time they did You Can Do Magic? And what was the other one? They had about 2 more hits when it was just the dude that sings The heat was hot and the ground was, the fair was, I've been through the desert on a horse. They were America for a couple of years after Dewey left the group to become a born-again Christian artist. Right, and Dewey was the one who said, Oz never give nothing to I think his name was Dewey. I'll go look it up. I had the album cover things. Like Pat and Lolly, Vegas, and then there was Butch, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It was a long time ago since I had the album cover of Redbone. Okay, and Lolly Vegas was the lead singer. Okay, and name was Lolly. Like lolly, 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 get your adverbs here. Follow Southern lolly, getting adverbs here is perfectly clear. An adverb is a verb, a word that modifies a verb, or else another adverb, and that is, you can see that is very, 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 very necessary. Father, son, and lolly selling adverbs here. Okay. I was raised on the TV in the United States of America. Do. I have brain damage. I have brain injuries. Okay, and it's hard, and most people do. And most people are not cognizant of it because they think their brain injury is actually how the brain should function. It's like, no, you haven't lived truth a day in your life. Okay, shit. I have an eternal source of communication information that is superior to 99.9% of the populace. Okay? An Ark of Covenant. Okay? My mind is one of the most... It's one of the best minds in the, like Judah Krishnamurti we have and Jiro Suzuki. Our brains, function, are cognitively better throughout time because we don't give in to abuse and we don't perpetuate, we don't administer abuse and call it teaching. If you don't do that, you're going to be incarcerated, locked up, and abused until you accept money as reality, and here's your credit score. And here's your drugs. Okay, electroshock therapy. Be mindful. Hey, wellness week. Yeah. And they're excited. Western tech. Real work for the real world. Man, you're cute. How old are you? Do you know? Are you sure you're that old? Do you know what year it is in China? What day of the week is it? Okay. You schizophrenic? The little girl on the Western tech commercials in El Paso? Yeah, she's cute. I think she's cute. A lot of you guys, no, a lot of they don't think that cute. A lot of people don't think... Iris Lopez is that she's not as attractive as you think she is. She's got a real nice body. Yeah, but she's a butterface. It's like, that's not true. That's not true at all. I like her jawline. I think it's very attractive. I think she's very cute. And I like her eyes. They're very pretty. She has nice hair and she's very sensitive and very strong. That's my assessment of Iris Lopez. The rest of you guys are going to, you're entitled to your opinion, asshole. But since we're not marketing or advertising anymore, you can keep your fucking opinion to yourself, right? I probably shouldn't vocalize my opinion. She probably has somebody in her life that she, gets barbecue and gets busy with, like, the Garcia, the Barone girl. Yeah, she's cute. Everybody knows that. She's got a nice body, doesn't she? She knows she's got a nice body. That's why she's the weather girl. Shug. Okay. Hope she doesn't have a John Redcorn because her husband's kind of jealous. I've talked to him in prayer. I like him. He's Mexican. He's got a lot of that Chris and Mark Anthony kind of traits of him. What do you say? Okay. No, Mark and Chris. Yeah. No, it's, when the marriage is breaking up, we talked in prayer. And Mark was mad and he yelled at me. Most people are terrified of me. They won't yell at me, but Mark was pissed, This is happening again and I'm sick of it. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I love you too. Thanks for yelling at me, Mark. Don't ever do it again. I'll make you wear depend on the garments like Ryan Seacrest every time you see me coming. Celebrity, what's the name of that show? Dad used to always watch it. Hey, Vanna, pick me a letter. Wheel of Fortune, that's it. Andale pues. Okay, you guys obviously hadn't read the Bible. When you do charity, do it in private. I go, okay. I've been on social media since June 9th, 2009, on Sierra Vista. And the one celebrity, I swear he saw me, and they killed him. He believed it. Michael had to believe it because all the social injustice and the scams on him with the thing, He was with those kids, and they were playing, and his body reacted. It happens. He wasn't a monster, okay? He was a little boy in a man's body that got manipulated and exploited by every asshole that posts videos about him being this pervert. Everybody's trying to take your money. Everybody's doing this. Your lawyers come in, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to make this. It's horrible. Michael hated it. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't drink. He was like Elvis. He had to take medication to go to sleep, to wake up, to perform, to stay. And it just destroyed him because he was the big cash cow that everybody pulled on till he died. You guys are such assholes. That's why Natalie likes Michael so much. He got abused by perverts. Everybody accused him of being one. He got put in compromising positions. Your body reacts, and then you feel like you're a monster because everybody says you're one. And then what a bad father he was. And he wasn't. He just loved his kids. He was just a big kid still trying to be a kid, and they never let him be one. He's a really good guy. So y'all can just fuck off. Yeah. No, I watched him on the thing. We connected in prayer a lot. I knew who Michael was from the time I was a little kid. We grew up together on the TV and the cartoons and the variety show with Randy and Janet pretending to be Sonny and Cher, and who else did they? Mae West and W.C. Fields. Yeah, most of you guys don't even know who that. Yeah, come and see me sometime. It was cute. They were adorable. No, Randy and her were funny. Yeah, Randy took a lot of stuff. You could see it though when he was playing the bongo drums. He had this look that if he was screwing it up because Carson was distracting him, that he was going to get his ass kicked, that he was going to get in trouble. Don't fuck up. He did a real good job. He was like, 12? And he's playing the bongo drums. He's doing very good. She's dance machine. Watch it get down. It's do, policy. Oh, baby. Come on, baby. And it's fun. It's fun to dance like that. I do it in the barn when I'm shooting hoops. I'm too fat and tired. I can dance a hell of a lot better. You know, you can spin a lot faster when you're 165 pounds than 245 pounds. I bet you Charlie Barkley can tell you that. Oh, hell yeah. You end up on your ass when you're 245. Trying to do the spin move. Was that the pearl move? I could never do the pearl move very well. I have small hands. Oh, behind the back, hitch hop, whatever and stuff, all the stuff. Iverson's, all the stuff that, most of the stuff that Aaron Iverson did, he must have picked up on it. It's use the force, Alan. Because I was doing that stuff before. I'm older than Allen Iverson. You know, I tell you, the cross between Derrick Rose and Al Rose. I'm older than both of them. I was doing stuff like them way before. And I also did stuff that they couldn't do. That scissor move, I got that from Larry Nance and Michael Jordan watching them, yeah. But I was little and had smaller hands, so I had to come through and I had to just, and because Garrels Brothers, yeah, thanks Garrels Brothers, go Ohio, right? Basketball in Ohio is crazy. Those people are crazy. These Midwesterners are nuts. Okay. But yeah, I scissored through the air to keep it out so they couldn't come under my ball sack, because they did make me land on their shoulder of my ball sack when I put my mid-range jumper and got up real high so John couldn't block it. I did it with one hand, and I could do it pretty easy, and I could hold the ball straight up in the air like that, jump in about 50 inches in the air, and shooting down into the basket between two really big guys. And Mike was an awesome defensive player. Andre Robinson didn't have anything on Mike. They were very similar. Okay, Mike, I think Mike was quicker. That's how good he was. He didn't play because he was the late round draft pick, and he was from Cleveland State. And then I heard, it was a cool thing about it when we were going to see Pocahontas. We'll talk about it later, but when I was going to see Pocahontas, talking about Flip Sanders and how these people, you know, Joe Carney and Gerard Musso, and I was like, oh, that's why my friend Mike didn't play. It was politics and the players' union and taking care of the players that had the bigger contracts to the bigger schools and the bigger, you know, it was all about the money. And I was like, that sucks. And Danny was talking about what a problem it is because you can't keep the best players and the best citizens because you have to get the assholes who get into the system and then start making off the system. Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, it was horrible. So I was listening to us, telling Pat, I'm trying to listen to this. I love you guys. All right, peace.